Hello everyone. Today we're actually starting off in good old Grimald Gardens. It's I needed to hop in the park and grab something for Rookwood, but while I'm here, there's just a lot I want to go over that was never released to you all, and kind of show you around because I really loved this project. And I'll come back to it. Maybe in Planet Coaster 2, it might be something to make. First of all, I love this card. I saw someone on, I think, Reddit had like a really interesting garden like this underneath one of their coasters. So I took that, made it pretty. There's just like, I really like what I did with the Main Street. Definitely was feeling more and more complete. The carnival is, again, just like, I really felt like I did some good work, and then of course the carousel cover was really fun to do, and I'm gonna have that carousel in the new park, so I'm gonna make another cover, so that'll be fun. Just because I'm in it, and since they're not released, I'm actually gonna do a couple POVs of these rides that you were unable to do, or to get POVs for. So we will start with the invert. The invert it's called Project Death Blossom. It was actually about a year ago now that I built this. And it's based off of, I don't know if I still have it in, but it's based off of one of my earlier inverts, and really refined, and I did this whole real fun turnaround area that Patheon, I don't know, that one in Korea has. So we will do a quick POV on this and the hyper coaster, since you guys never got that, and then I'm gonna hop on over back to Rookwood and do some building. I did some building last night on there, and was actually it was weird. It was like 3 a.m. for me, but I got some building done, and I'm happy where that is. So I'll be happy to show you guys that in a second, but let's enjoy the ride for now. Alright, so that was, code name was Project Death Blossom. It was named after, I was playing a lot of Overwatch at the time. Death Blossom is the name of Reaper's Ultimate, so that's what the name of this ride will be. So this is Reaper. I'm really proud of that one. Definitely could do some more smoothing, but if I definitely want to revisit this park. So if I revisit this in Planet Coaster 2, or if I just come back to finish this off in Planet Coaster 1, at some point I'll work a little bit more on that smoothing in some of the areas. But overall, I actually really like that ride. It's one of my favorite ones I made. And then this ride, the hyper, is actually one of my favorite rides, if not my favorite ride I have ever created. This one, I probably have the name for it on there. Yep, it's Arcane. The idea of the park was to have this area be like decrepit town, come up, and this would be a kind of magic school area. And it's definitely not named after the TV show Arcane, because that show is awesome and it just fits the whole vibe of the park. So we'll ride that, and then we'll hop back over to the park I'm working on. Again, just trying to get the POVs of these rides that you are never really got videos for. So enjoy this one. Alright, and this one's project name was Mako-modium, because it's basically Mako combined with Candemonium. But yeah, I was really proud of that one. And the idea I was going to have here was going to have these cascading waterfalls coming down. I like using the paint tool to kind of plan ahead, so I was going to have a couple of stair steps down and a waterfall coming down in a couple different tiers, and then out into the river here. But yeah, that was it of the rides that you didn't see in Grimald Gardens. So I'm switching over to the new park real quick. I don't think I changed anything, but yeah, the when Planet Coaster 2 comes out, I definitely am hoping that it's a little more, I guess, efficient in taking up the CPU. I also saw that my current CPU is not compatible, I think, with Windows 11, because I was looking to update it the other day, and it wasn't compatible, so I was maybe gonna upgrade the whole PC, but I have a bunch of stuff I have to pay for, so you can't really do that right now. But it would be nice if I could upgrade that, get stuff running better. That doesn't take too long to learn. But okay, so this is what I have done, I guess, really since yesterday's stream. I went in and did a lot in the ticket booths. I added another one here just of these little indentations because I like the symmetry. And I added the second ticket counter window, and then started working on the inside a little bit. The walls are kind of boring, but I think that boring is what they would have inside here. And then I started kind of playing with what this back part's going to be. I'm gonna put some, what are those, pergolas up here, some of those wooden lattice shade structures. I think Busch Gardens Williamsburg has some hanging like ivy and plants on that, just to give some shade for waiting in this area, because again, you're coming through, and while the turnstiles are going to be through here, and then security's here, so this will be fenced off, so this will kind of just be a holding pit for a good chunk of things. And then I also worked more on this whole cupola, and I started working on the dome. One of the reasons I didn't finish it was because I was actually going to show off that part of the build, so in case people 6 years later aren't super familiar with how to make a dome, a custom dome. I'll build that on stream and people can watch that. And then I did this yesterday, and then I also put some concrete down, put it black, like the asphalt / tarmac that would be in this area. So yeah, why I was just in Gardens 2 was because I wanted to get the dimensions for this restroom block down, and I think I actually gave it one too many halves, so I want this to be slightly shorter. I'm building my, or at least the restroom block I'm trying to build is a 3x5 one, and I think I had it at 3.5x5. So yeah, restrooms are gonna go here, tickets here, and all this stuff. So that's I know it's slow progress. I also made some more of these custom Art Deco panels in between ticket windows. I really like this, so much to the point that I was watching a different Planet Coaster video today. It's a creator that I've never really watched before, so his name eludes me right now. But he's doing a like kind of epic universe inspired park, and just seeing this and then seeing the latest stuff that just came out from Theme Park Stop about the Constellation Carousel gave me I know what I'm doing for this this cover, so that will be absolute hell for me to kind of have this on the carousel's roof, but I'm gonna try, and I think it'll work out well if I don't want to like decide that I want to live for a week. Here's the other thing too that I just noticed. I added the roof as well to that. So anyway, if you're not super familiar with custom domes, what I did here was I kind of drew out my shape, and I did this on the carousel at Grimald Gardens. So I drew out my shape with the hydro beams, and then I took dimensional lumber. I don't know who does it off the top of my head, but there's a dimensional lumber on TMTK, and I kind of followed that curve and made a thing of shingles, rotated around to get my I guess octagon sides, and then with one of them I just copied and pasted it all the way to be the full side, and that got me this, which does not look pretty at all. It just looks uniform. So with this, and what I'm going to do over there to show you guys, is you kind of just delete and move. So this can put it up some, and you add that texture, and then you go through, press like click on random ones, and you can then add a you can add texture to it and depth and all that, and that once this whole thing gets moved around a couple times. I wanted that one. Then there'll be an air of randomness to it, even though we are repeating the same pattern. It'll still have a random look to it, especially over the course of a couple different rotations. And then you can also add different lengths. Put them at different. And then after a while, we're gonna start exposing the underneath area. So when you do that, that's when you just kind of deal with having to make everything a little bit random. So that one. And it's not a pretty process, it's not a fun process, it's just a process that takes time. But once everything gets wrapped around, it's actually quite a nice result, and that is what I would prefer, is taking my time and getting a product out of it that I'm happy with, rather than just rushing through and not being super happy with the result. So and you can just see already the texture this has over top of like what it used to. Oh, that was terrible camera work. Over top of what it used to be. And so once this fleshes out, it'll look more like that, and then we'll rotate this building around a couple more times, and hopefully that will be enough to give this dome the character that I was looking for. Also, domes are really not fun to work with, so, but hopefully, I know with the resizable objects, that'll be nice, and just adding that extra versatility, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I'll add that versatility in just being able to kind of use different assets everywhere, especially the domes, because honestly, so many theme parks have domed roofs galore, but the ones in Planet Coaster 1 are not ideal for creating a park scale. And I understand, like, I have a couple friends who have the game, just very much casual players of the game, and they do not at all go to the lengths of the more realistic builders. So they're fine just building with the pieces that are provided for them, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. I actually would rather have people continue to play this game because they're having fun with it than to have people not play the game and be stuck with hyper realism, because the more player counts, the more likely it is that we constantly get some updates from Frontier. And so I definitely think that those rescalable objects will help with that. Since we're just talking about how many, I guess, domes exist really in a theme park sphere, I have, like, this is just one on the main entrance. Actually, I'm happy I found the idea to use the dimensional lumber here for the shingles, but like once I get to the different like the carousel, as well as this building over here, that's gonna be kind of based off of Cedar Point's pavilion. There's definitely some sort of circular spire on that, and I don't want to do that. And the real hit is time. It just takes a while to do all these little changes, and then the other thing is just the hit to the piece count. I started this with being in Grimold Gardens, right? And that took me, I want to say, 25 minutes just to load into that park. It just wasn't optimized at all for the amount of piece count and getting the domes. I definitely think that carousel I had a bunch of things. I think that top point part of the carousel in that park dome, I think I had to use the 0.2 meter hydro beams, and I had to like kind of just use some corners and some edges at some point. Again, really pleased with the result, but I don't think it's worthwhile to tank the PC's performance. And I mean, again, I don't have the greatest specs to really go all out and create a bunch of roofs like these. But since this is a smaller park, and unlike Grimold, where there's just so many smaller things in that park, fully supporting a GCI, right? So when you don't have that processing power, that starts to show about halfway through a park. Again, that's actually not the reason why I stopped that park, though. That was mainly because just the TMTK involved with loading into the game. It was taking me about an hour and a half to load in to that game, or just to this game, I guess, not to Grimold. To load into Planet Coaster, it was taking me at least an hour and a half, to the point where I was, like, whenever I was at work, and sometimes, like, work takes me an hour or so away from where I live. So when I'd be out and about, I'd like text my fiance. I'd be like, "Hey, can you start up Planet Coaster for me?" Because it would, by the time I would get home, it would hopefully have loaded in. Sometimes it didn't. Sometimes I would get home and take a shower and still hadn't loaded in by then, so that was never a fun thing to experience. And so, yeah, just a lot easier to uninstall all the unused TMTK and then use and then get loading in times faster. Okay, and now to add some diversity to the shingles, you're just gonna select some random ones, and you're gonna paint them a different color. Do it again. I don't know why I was particular about that. And that's not the right color. Don't want them that light. I guess I was using concrete. Oh, I repainted the walls. That's what that was. Alright. There we go. Kind of looks exactly like this. Just because it's a TMTK object, it's not going to be as dark as the normal Planet Coaster aspect. There we go. Now I'm pretty sure I can clean that up, but I'm going to put the flag there anyway. And there's our dome. I don't know if I want to fill this roof in or just leave it as that. I technically kind of have the supports for it, so it could work. So I might just keep it that. But it depends, I guess, on if the flag goes through. Is there not a smaller version of the American flag? I could have sworn there's a small version of the American flag. Could be in buildings. hide this unsightly top end. Nice. And that looks like pretty damn good entrance. Alright, next order of business will be the restroom block off to this side. Trying to remember how I did this in gardens. I think so I like using the paint tool for like, I guess, pretty much figuring out where I want stuff to be, and then I like using just concrete to mark off, like, I guess, buildings and all that stuff, and you can see that there. So I think this is like a little foyer area, and we'll have the path come in, and then the women's on one side, men on the other. We would have a row of stalls here, and now let's see if toilet block. And then it's also easy to build off of a grid once you, if you block it out like this. So we'll just add delete this because we want, I guess the concrete's fine. It's this that needs to be deleted now. Switch back to our brick. hate how I really hope in Planet Coaster 2 they fix the assets having different pieces. It's so frustrating to not have certain assets all have the same piece. Like if I want like a doorway, I can't do that without using a specific set. Now technically the toilet block ends here, and then I don't know if I'm just gonna make that empty space or what quite yet. But it would make sense for this building to just become the toilet block over on this side as well. I don't think they would really have it maybe put in an office administration building here, and then you could have, I guess, the toilet for that up against this wall. So I'll probably end up doing that, because that actually does make good sense. I'm going to appropriately block this out while I'm thinking of that. 1, 2, 3. Alright, I think that works. I don't even know if I changed anything. But our toilet blocks for now are appropriately placed, and we will add our first toilets to the park. And these ones are, of course, for outside of it, because you will need to provide restrooms for those both outside and as soon as you get inside. If you go to any theme park, there's so many bathrooms everywhere. And then we will that's cute. has any good management. Sim person. Rooms, entrance, toilets. Might as well just delete those and spin it around. What? Oh. I'm dumb. Alright. Now, might as well just spin it around. So unlike the one in Grimald Gardens, this one has better pieces for what I'm trying to do. Yet still will not be able to split up that like multicolor scheme we have going here. So we will just have to use the pillars. Here's what I was thinking of doing anyway. But it definitely will look much better. These bathrooms are gonna look garish as fuck, and I'm here for it. think I did 5 by 5. I don't think I've ever done this meeting with this style, so that'll be interesting. I don't know if it'll even work that way. Yeah. 2, 5, 5. Yeah, that's not be nice. So I guess we're gonna have to put some sort of cornice or coin, I guess, on it. Maybe the coins would look nice, actually. But we'll have to put something there to... Nope, that is not the same angle. Extend that around. Yeah, I'm really happy with the way that this is entrance area is turning out now. Especially like once this gets met with the dark like asphalt, should be really nice because that'll make this yellow, bring it down some, and then once we add some of the foliage and all that, it'll be real nice, especially because it's probably have some, well, there'll be a maintenance road back here, but on in this little area there'll be some trees and stuff, so the rest of the park towards the back will be locked off in sight lines. But yeah, that's That's a nice little sight line I have going. Probably want some sort of posters or something. And I was thinking because we have the 4-foot, I guess, building here. I guess we need this because you can't. Yeah, I hate how big these restroom blocks are. It's just not useful at all, especially when you're trying to build to scale. That's so annoying. Alright, well, we would just finish up the trim. This should be able to continue. Like that. Maybe I'll put some like sort of self-ticketing here. I added this, I guess, too, for season ticket sales. I actually don't like it that close. But yeah, anyway, I think that's where I'm gonna have it today. End it today. Just this is the progress I've made. It's one of those things where, like, when watching it, yeah, nothing much happens. But sometimes things just start getting pulled together. Definitely the dome and this main entrance way here. Once that came together, and then adding the restrooms, it's definitely, it pulls together, and everything looks good. So I'm looking forward to. I mean, I have some stuff I'm doing tonight. I'm going picked up rock climbing. So that's quite fun of a adventure, I guess. I usually do that, and so I'll be doing that tonight, and then after that, I will probably hop back on again. Probably won't be streaming, but we'll hop on that and maybe finish up the restrooms. I doubt I will be on tomorrow, but that just means, and then probably not on Monday as well, because I am called out to, I think at this point I'm called out to do a project that's going to be an all-day type thing at my job. So I'll have that to keep me occupied on Monday. So probably on Tuesday is the next time I'll stream again. So a lot of this should be done, and I have recorded a little bit for the next video. That'll be coming on the channel, which will just be showcasing this in a more artsy style than just a stream. So looking forward to getting that out. So if you, I know this live stream's just really casual and chill type thing, so I would love it if we could get some more views and more people chatting to kind of be a low-key type thing, and hopefully once the videos come out, I can get a better schedule, or you can see the park progressing and just hang out with me there. But until next time, just y'all have a good rest of your weekend. If you want to, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. But other than that, have a wonderful rest of your evening. Whenever you're watching it, just run for the rest of your day. Bye now.